Hey, NASDAQ, where you get the best dope on the markets. Dope is information. What's the dope, for example? What's the dope on the wheat market? All right, what are we looking at here? Let's first go to silver. Okay. So if you've been watching here, 49.20 here was, here, let me give it a little bit of a bigger, okay, so here we went up to 54. We went here from 46 to 54. Okay, we just pulled back to 49. Okay, you can see right here. It's must be this old. Well, this one's coming over here. Okay, now you got a green one on top of this. Okay, we came down the first time 23 and a half. Time before that 32 came back. Okay, so we went down 49.20. You're filled. Okay, we just went up here to 65 half, 50, 65 half. Underneath, you could sell it here against 50.68. Okay, this is silver here. Down below here, this is an area down here. You need to know more information. Email me. Email me, ARP at, you guessed it. So, okay, let's go to, let's take a look at gold here. Okay, totally mapped out here, 39.96.50. Okay, 97.40. Okay, it missed by less than a buck. Okay, so, it's the number. This is all auto programmed here. Anyway, we came back up here. Actually, you know what? This actually, because now this bottom third here now all of a sudden becomes the high. Just looking at this here, we got, I think Bitcoin being lower on the year has people finally waking up that here's a trend line here at 86, 39.86, okay? So right under there. This would be a head and shoulders top here, Another neckline right here. Okay, so that's in gold. So what are you're weighing a year-end markup, okay? Or something else. And so let's go to beans here. Beans is the strongest one here. Here we're down 2 cents here, but in the whole scheme of things here on the daily chart, this is on a daily. Okay, so I got a red up here, and then these are these olives. These olives have come off, but if you're looking, man, 1102, that might be a place to buy, with a nickel stop. And well, you can't do that. Well, look at silver. As a matter of fact, because I had an '08 half bid and '06 bids that were unable in silver. 49.06, 49.08 half. Missed it by 3. We rally $1.50. $1.50 exactly. 3% rally. Okay. I thought it was a good bounce with a 2% rally. So, so here's corn. Okay, so let's just look at what corn, just in general here. We rallied up to the USDA. That was Friday. We spanked this thing 3%. Okay, hey, notice these guys have been saying 3% a lot. Here you can see this green over here. It's decent. It's decent. Nothing long term. 457, call it, round down. Okay, you're filled there. 455 and a quarter powder blues. Okay, you got your corn sold. You got some corn sold, that just came out of the field. Listen, it was, these areas, 50, 55, and now here you got these other levels here. So, but at least you got some corn sold, in my opinion, if that's what you were looking to do. Here's wheat here. Wheat seems like it's a trade, but it sure snaps back. I thought this one down here, get an outside down, you come back and take out the high of the outside down. That's pretty impressive. So here we got this is a big halfway, okay? You got this old low right here. Yeah, look at that. That's look at today's high. Over on the right side, see, 63 and a half. 63 in the goats. 63 and a half. Oh, 3 and a quarter is today's high. Okay, those would be just some ways, you just stick them out at some wide levels. And if you get filled, you get filled. Let's go talk about stocks. Let's go to S&P. Maybe I should have done this first. Okay, here's an intraday in the S&P. This is like a 60-minute here. Anyway, so we had a couple of these olives here. These would be sequence on the downside. Buy the green, buy the orange, okay? Buy the olive. This is one olive, 66.58 half. That was exact. That was exact yesterday. 55 half. Oh no, I guess it wasn't exact. I'm sorry. And then this other one, 66.40 half. Now we closed under it, okay? This is, in my opinion, it's spelling a warning now. You know, it doesn't mean you have to do anything right now because you got NVIDIA coming out. Here's crude, top left-hand corner, doing nothing. Oh, here's bean oil here. Yeah, let's do the complex. Look at this, man. Jeez Louise. Here's the olive down here, 48.33 in this time duration. It was around there. This is in the D's bean oil here. Now look at this. You got a head and shoulders breakout. So from what, 51, 300 points, add that, 54, you know, little tiny head and shoulders, forecast 54 half. So that's bean oil. This is meal here, okay? Buy bean oil, sell meal, okay? Today it's on, okay? And as a matter of fact, yesterday it was meal and oil to the upside, okay? So here's the meal, okay? If they're crushing for bean oil, you know, usually there's a byproduct, the junk, you know, the excess. So, anyways, but here, this is a big area right here. These powder blues, what do you got? Call it 330. We're right here. We're right here, okay? So, back under here, you know, I guess it would tip lower. But here, you got three long-term trend lines. And you got the powder blues, which here now are under, okay? So that's meal. Let's just hit a picture in the NAS. You know what? I want to is hogs. I want to go to hogs though here after this. This is the NAS, okay? Olive line bounce here. This is small. This is small here. Here we got back here. Here we come back up to that top of this sequence. Okay, we just saw that in silver, I think. Okay, right here you got head and shoulders top. Okay. You know, just go home flat and then just, you know, try to trade it with some levels. Okay, let's finish this off here on, look at this, man. Okay, this is hogs, okay? We got an outside down day. We did have diamonds on the way down, and we had this little one-day aberration, okay? Under here, I think you got to be out here. But there's a trend line off some old highs, very important. So here, this would be an idea today. Here, see right there, 78.97 to 80.10. Okay, so this is yesterday's range. If we got back over 79.37. This is 2 weeks worth of closes. I don't know. We could end up outside up. Okay, that's an if. Otherwise, this thing looks bad. You know, 76 quarter underneath there with an orange right there at 77 even. Those are Feb hogs. Okay, those are Feb hogs. You can pause the screen if you want, you know, and you can look at it. Let's just look here at cattle here, since cattle was in the news. Okay, tariffs, imports. So yesterday, this news came out over the weekend. We rallied, okay, kind of in the face of gravity. And, you know, what would seem like if you're going to import cattle, it would go down, okay? So this is where we are right now. We do have a little outside down bar here of the previous bar here. Actually, here's one going up. This could mean change of trends. As a matter of fact, here, let me draw a trend line right there that I see. All right, we're making new lows right now. Okay. This, I don't know, man. This is Feb cattle. You know, here, this was the first initial thrust down before we got any kind of bounce, right? This would be a bounce, yeah, but this was a bounce. Okay, and then here you got a lower bounce. Here you got a lower bounce. You know, this is really big area. We close underneath here, in my opinion. That's the 200-day also here. Let's take off one of those horizontal trend lines. Okay, here, 219.13. This is that trend line I was just talking about here. But here we got, here, same thing. 2 weekly settlement prices right together. So that's cattle. All right, let's keep this at 10 minutes here. If you need anything, email me arp@nasdog or stop over Nasdog. Take a package. And, okay, rule, adage, or excuse. When a market continues beating you, beans, yen, S&P, etc., give up because it does not owe you your money back. All right, thanks for watching. Always use the risk stop to stop the risk.